Welcome Luxury Home Show. Come on in, Mark Howarth here from Callender Howarth Interiors. I want to show you this gem of an apartment we designed for our lovely clients from LA in the center of Paris. Come on in. Our lovely client from LA, they kind of gave us carte blanche. They wanted something very special, they wanted something fun, quite quirky, cozy, memorable. They plan on keeping this place for a long time.
I think when we saw it, we knew we could make it into something really beautiful and into something that would really fit our family.
And that really happened.
It really happened.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Mark and his team sourced just really the most incredible lighting for this apartment that really makes it feel like something grand.
So the building was actually built in 1910. It's an amazing building right opposite the Eiffel Tower. So the whole block is incredible, but this apartment was incredibly tired and very, very dated. And we decided to create some grandeur. The client, our lovely client from LA, they kind of gave us carte blanche. They wanted something very special. They wanted something fun, quite quirky, cozy, memorable. They plan on keeping this place for a long time. So we really played around with it. One of the main things that was a real problem was spatially, it was a mess. There was no proper en-suites, there was nothing for the nanny, there was nowhere to really live properly how they live. The other major thing was all the architectural detailing. So there was nothing. There was no character. There was none of that Belle Epoque grandeur. So every single detail has been rebuilt and remodeled and customized, whether it be the flooring, the ceilings, the cornicings. There's a custom ceiling I'll show you in the drawing room later on, which was handmade, it was beautiful. So a lot of the actual base in it was bringing back this character or creating a Belle Epoque, a modern version of Belle Epoque, which gives us this drama and this sense of fun. That was the foundation of it. And then everything else is layered with color, texture, stone, fabric. We talked with the client about a jewel box. And the idea was that there'll be certain areas of the apartments that are very intense in color. So you go into certain rooms and you get, wow, that's a really dark navy, or it's a bright pink, or it's very textured. So it creates a story within the apartment it's exciting. It's a little journey, really. Fortunately, they love it, and they're spending a lot of time here now. So we're super happy and hope you like it.
The very first time we walked through the door was just how perfectly French it was. It had the classic French layout and French styling. It was, it was shiny in all the right places. But, like a lot of French apartments, it needed a little bit of sassing up, needed a little bit of color. I think when we saw it, we knew we could make it into something really beautiful and into something that would really fit our family.
And that really happened.
It really happened.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So this room is probably our lovely client's favorite space. They love their wine, and we created a wine room. The Eiffel Tower is literally out the window. I'm looking at it right now. So with all the custom lighting that we did and these very unusual light fixtures of bespoke fitting we had made, the lighting dims down at night, and this very rich jewel-like color, this green I talked about, makes this room very, very intense and very clubby. So they had their friends around, they have a drink, and they've got the custom bar here, and this is a beautiful cream onyx we had custom made with the fluted onyx. So at nighttime, it all glows. You've got friends around, you're having a glass of wine, and they have some beautiful premium wines. So this room was really important for them. When they bought the apartment, it's actually a dining room, but there was none of this detailing, none of this molding, none of this character. So again, it just creates an energy, creates a sense of fun. And part of the journey in this apartment is these little pockets of fun. It makes you smile. So this is definitely the favorite room. I love this room too, so it's great. The actual sofa pieces were custom made by Ben Wister in Portugal. A lot of the fabrics in here are actually dead art, which we love. Parisian fabric, can't get any better. This gorgeous fabric here is dead art. All of these fabrics are dead art. We have some beautiful Porto Romano wall lights. This is actually a found piece, a very unusual piece. You'll notice as we walk around, a lot of the lighting is really unusual. We chose very specific pieces for the main chandeliers that are very different and very quirky. So each room is grounded by a large piece, which also affects the lighting when it's set. We had a customized Lutron system put in here throughout the apartment. So everything is scene set at night. So it changes the day and the night goes on, creating that luxury energy, but also helping the color to work. So the color right now, because it's daylight, is this beautiful Farnball green. But at night time with the lighting, it goes very intense. So we played with color and also with texture. So on the drapery from Dead this one from Dead the playful patterns of the drapery, the texture of the onyx, that just brings out all this energy. And it really is, it makes a sense of fun. And that's really what our clients wanted. This is their place in Paris. They come over here. They spend quite a lot of time here now, actually. but they wanted to be fun. They wanted friends to come around. They wanted to entertain. And the brief of this room was, give me a club, give me a little wine bar in my house. I said, great, we can do that. All of our clients are different and every house is unique. That's really important. So these clients are very different from the 12 other clients we're working with. And that makes sense. No one's gonna have the same interior. So it's my job at Callender Howarth to really make sure we understand our client. What do they want? What do they really want in their home? And how are we gonna make it reflect them? In this project, actually, it's really my personal style. So it was actually a really, really good fun because I love color, I love texture, I love drama, and it's very much me. Other projects we do are quite minimal. So there's a whole gambit of design out there. But I must admit, we often say with my team and I, which house would you have or apartment would you have of all our clients? It's a bit of a game we play, but I would totally take this one. If there was one on the table from all my clients, I'm having this one, all right? They were great, actually. They gave us a lot of freedom and they were fantastic to work with. They were really behind us on pushing ideas. And they had some comments, of course they did, but they let us roll with it. Some clients ask more questions and more prescriptive. But the bottom line with good design, in my opinion, is it has to reflect what the client wants and it has to be them. When you walk into this apartment, it's so the client that lives here, and that's important for me. It's very bespoke. This room is the main living space in the apartment. As I said to you, the whole area was reconfigured. So walls have been moved to create the bar area, which is the other side of this area. This area is the main living area. And the only actual original feature in the whole apartment that we kept was the fireplace, which is actually rather lovely. Everything else is new. In this space, we customized this ceiling with Stevensons of Norwich, actually a company from the UK. We put back all of the architectural detailing, the moldings, the cornice, the skirtings, the doors, the profiles, even these areas for the curtains. It's all been new, but it's been made to look original. The one quirky bit was this ceiling, which I must admit has come out so well. The client loves butterflies, so we had some butterflies, there's a little one up here, put into the ceiling. And obviously it's lit. The lighting design is very important as well. So at night when the lights come down, the ceiling gets more lit and it becomes a real feature. But it holds its own. It's not Belle Epoque, it's not part of the region. The building isn't Belle Epoque, it's 1910. But the ceiling is something we've given to the property that will be there forever. And I hope, who knows, in 100 years, someone will walk in and go, gosh, the designer did quite a good job with that. Let's hope so, it's quite a way off. But it was just a quirky element for the apartment, but it highlights the level of personality and humor that we put into this project for this client. Every single detail is meticulous. Everything is sorted out and planned to the minutiae to create an energy. And the spaces now work really well. We go from these very jewel-like rooms, rich intensities, to calmer rooms, through to massive vintage chandeliers. So you get this play, and at Callender Howarth, we love doing that. We love working with different textures, different energies, different color. So it's a sense of fun. The interior makes you smile. It's not bland, it's much more maximalist than many other interiors, but it's balanced. So you get this really exciting energy. So this is the main dining space, and dining is really important to this client. They love to cook, they love to entertain, so from the bar room to table. And we wanted to create somewhere that was a real focal point for them and their friends. And we grounded this table with this amazing found piece, this rather large, it's an oversized chandelier. As I said, in the apartment, there's a lot of drama from these oversized light fittings, which really holds the space. The architectural detailing, again, was all redone and it's balanced as it is throughout the apartment. And we worked a lot with, this custom cabinetry, got beautiful Calcutta viola marble, giving more texture, more balance, more playful. And then we often create these art walls for clients. Rob at Lost Art creates these art pieces that he finds. We styled the art wall with our client because they're very interested in art. Lost Art Salon, they source art from estate sales all over the world. And they have a very eclectic amount of art that one can choose from. And our clients love it. So we look at the stuff online. We sort of find pieces. We kind of work with pieces our clients love. This one actually, this piece here was a real coup because it was actually a piece that was painted in Ojai where their home in California is. So they immediately zoned in on that, but it really means something for them and they love the piece. The other pieces they spent a lot of time with Callender House with us talking about. So whilst it looks like it's been plonked on the wall, and actually a lot of thought goes into these art walls and it creates drama and it creates fun. and the client knows all about it. So if people are around, they can talk about it and have some fun. But it also creates a very beautiful vignette that really holds this room. So one of the things in this apartment is the balance of color, maximalist ideas, and also calmness. It's quite a tricky equation to get right, but we worked a lot with color in various tones and textures. So for example, in the dining room, it's quite much more calm, but we've still got our strong colors on upholstery. We have our Calcutta viola, quite a large slab of it on this custom joinery that gives a real intensity. And it just makes it playful. Even things like drapery, again, it's quite neutral, but there's pattern everywhere. This is a beautiful fabric from Deadar that just has some texture. The herringbone floor, the different textures, the brass on the handles, all these little details work together to create this energy. So this room sort of mid-maximalist is not as intense as the primary suite or the bar area or even the kitchen or the kids' bedroom, which you'll see. But it just creates a language and it creates a journey through the apartment, through the space that's very important. On every project, there's always a bit of a nightmare somewhere. Not a bad nightmare, but something needs to be resolved. And this corridor down to the kitchen area is difficult. And there was a really rather unattractive view of an internal courtyard space, which often happens in these beautiful Parisian buildings, these incredible buildings. They look down onto the third world of something down in the courtyard. Not nice. And we brainstormed as a team, what can we do? What can we do? Our client loves France. They love Chagall. And we thought, okay, let's play with that. And we have an artist that works with us to create custom art. And we decided, right, let's do a faux stain window with backlit, and let's make it Chagall, but not just copying Chagall. We had long chats with our client and the artist about, okay, let's make it a customized version of Chagall that has the client and the family in it. So it got quite funny. And I do know the client really loves this.
It was a problem to be fixed. And so we had no idea what we were going to do about it. And Mark and his team very cleverly hired a digital artist to create these Chagall-inspired films that went over the windows and continued to allow light into the apartment, but made this beautiful piece of art in place of having to look out at the courtyard. And the art is very personal. And it's very beautiful, and I notice a new detail every time I walk past it, and it's stunning.
Yeah, and one of our favorite things to share with others when they visit a home.
That's right, yeah that's true.
So the kitchen was completely remodeled, completely redesigned, and as you know, we spatially redesigned the whole apartment interior architecturally. There used to be a door through here to a bedroom corridor. We closed it all off to give us more space to be able to customize exactly what the client wanted for storage, and they are real chefs. They love to cook. This was a door. We created this area where they can display things, but also custom spice racks and things where they can prep. Again, going back to our maximalist design idea, there was a real skill in this kitchen to get enough storage, but to remain areas that have things on show, so you get the personality. It's not minimal. It's not what the client wanted. And they can have things on display. And we use this vintage mirror in the background to give a bit more depth. And it just creates a bit of drama in this corner. Nighttime, you've got the custom lighting and the shelving. Everything dims down and certain scene sets are set. So when dinner's made and it's prepped, everything goes down lighting control wise. You have the chandelier glowing, you have the lights underneath here, and you get this massive drama. And it reflects off all the beautiful finishes of all the viola is glowing. You've got the chandelier, you've got the shelves. So it's actually a really beautiful space. It's quite a sexy kitchen, quite a luxury kitchen. But again, what the client wanted was a sense of fun, sense of playfulness. And I think through the use of this quite bonkers Calcutta viola, which is a beautiful slab, which we looked at many slabs to get this right, and the actual design on the floor with the Verde inserts to get that right. It's all very balanced and very curated with the brass inserts in the marble, custom brass inserts in the cabinetry with the brass handles. The sense of color, the power, the playfulness, the choice of materials, the bold decisions. Some very bold design decisions were agreed and made in this process.
It's a very beautiful space, but it's intended to be lived in. It's intended for a family to make memories here. Mm-hmm. It's intended for two people to be in love here. It's intended for friends to enjoy the space and just really to be fully, thoroughly lived in. And I think that's one thing that we sort of pride ourselves on as humans, is that we're trying to squeeze every ounce out of life.
Yeah.
And this apartment really squeezed every ounce out of what it had to give.
We love Paris. We came to Paris because we think it's the most elegant city in the world. And, you know, we wanted our place to sort of reflect and honor that.
Yeah.
It's cozy and it's elegant and it's really just a work of art.
Primary suite, very, very important space in anyone's home. Navy is actually a great colour for a bedroom. It's very restful, very sleep orientated, so it's a very lovely thing to do. We have our oversized chandeliers again. This one's actually from Vaughan. And our custom ceiling rows that we had made specifically for this room. All of the cornicings, again, the mouldings were custom made, as is all the panelling. This is all reintroduced by us as a design to give the apartment some character back. And then focusing just on tone changes with the navy just gives it a real drama. It just makes it a very rich space. Painting out the ceilings like we did in the other areas with rich colour is always about, do I do it? Do I paint the ceiling? Do I not paint the ceiling? In my opinion, it works very, very well because it just really encases this room and makes it incredibly cozy at night. And again, the light settings go down, so you can imagine this real intensity. And then it leads on into the bathroom with this crazy Patagonia marble, which I'll show you. Every single area of this apartment has been designed to have a surprise. And we sourced this Patagonia marble, which we looked at so many slabs, but found this incredible slab with huge patination, huge textures, huge tonal changes, with this brass custom inlaid joinery, just really creates a showstopper. It goes with the theme. The floor is maximalist. We have some peach marble with the Patagonia to have this checkerboard floor. So the whole thing has a bit of fun, a bit of playfulness. The actual shower is a custom steam shower as well. So in here you have all the beautiful marble, completely templated, cut, curated, designed to specifically balance. So in here there's a steam shower as well. So it's a steam shower and a normal shower. Just creating, you know, a perfectly formed space for a primary suite. There's loads of storage, it's all custom, it's stuffed up, opens automatically. This Patagonia marble, some people go, gosh, I'm not sure about that. But it was the right design decision. We looked at many other options as we always do in design. In concept design, we show our clients many ideas to create this personality, this fun, and we whittle them down. But I must admit, this client were great. They said, you know what? No, this is the most bonkers one we showed them. And it was a punchy design decision, but my goodness, it really worked.
The most special piece in the apartment to me is probably not just one piece, but it's every light fixture was chosen for the space. Some of them are vintage, some of them were custom, and some of them were just finds on, first dibs. But Mark and his team sourced just really the most incredible lighting for this apartment that really makes it feel like something grand.
The whole interior architecture, I said, changed for the apartment. So we created like a guest suite and an area off this area of the apartment that wasn't here before. So when you come down this area, it's a lot more private. So where the kids sleep at the end, so it's a bit more quiet. And we had our custom powder room, we have a guest suite, we have the main kids bathroom and the kids area at the end, and with a customized laundry area that's hidden tidily behind here. So the powder room is true to purpose for what we've been talking about. It is maximalist, it's got an intensity of color, it's powerful, it's grounded by this beautiful de Gournay wallpaper, customized to the space. We found these 1930s light fittings that just give a bit of that Parisian glamour. And again, another stone. This is a pink onyx, customized pink onyx on the floor with the customized basin. So the whole thing is colorful, playful, a bit quirky, but it makes you smile. The choice of the pink onyx, bold decision. Juxtaposing with this beautiful gold paper from de Gournay and these light fittings just adds to the language for the project of playfulness, fun, and a sense of color. One of the main best guest bedrooms, color, playful, tone on tone. This room was really quite French. Originally we were going to fabric the walls like the French do, but we decided not. We went with this sewn wallpaper with the matching drapes and then the coordinating fabrics. So it's a play with these warm gold tones, really to make it cozy. It's nice when you're going to stay somewhere in the guest room, it feels very cozy. We had some really fun product from Porta Romana with this really playful light. Again, with the rest of the apartment, everything's quite playful. There's a feature light. But yeah, this one was relatively straightforward in the sense of texture, tone, pattern, fun, energy. And it just creates this really cozy space for their guests. So at the end of this corridor, this new wing that we created with all the bedrooms, the guest areas and the kids area, we designed the kids bedroom at the end. It's further away from the bar area and the dining area, so if the client's entertaining, the kids can sleep. And we decided with our client, they didn't want a kiddie room. There's nothing wrong with that, nothing with elephants and Barbies and all that sort of stuff. But we decided, let's go for something a bit more sophisticated, a bit more fun, something that will last. And we ended up with this rather fabulous paper. Again, it's very playful, it's got personality. We've used, as we have in a lot of the apartments, this very rich navy that grounds the paper. We papered the ceiling as well, so it gives it real texture, real coziness. And we have another Porta Romana light actually with this little bird in it, which the kids loved. So that was theirs. And then we created them both their little areas with all the electric curtains that go backwards and forwards, hours of fun, and all their areas for their toys. So they've got their own little areas, which is really, really cute. Our clients work with us and they obviously have ideas and they say, well, you know what, not sure, but they loved this one, absolutely loved this one. Again, it was a punchy design decision. The kids love this room, so happy days. Kids' bathroom, very important space. Again, all of the apartment was spatially realigned. We moved walls, changed things. In this specific area, in France, or in any country actually, nightmare with pipe runs and drainage and levels. Fortunately, we have a fantastic builder we use in Paris. He does all of our projects for us in Paris. Exceptional. Simple bathroom, again, use of very unusual stone, practical for the kids. We've got a navy back again, perfectly formed. We've got a bench in the shower, and we actually managed to get a really decent sized shower in here from realigning the pipework. More boring side of things, but very important to get the infrastructure right. Everything has the warm-up underfloor heating. It's top of the line. All the infrastructure for the heating, the AC is integrated. All these things, especially for our American clients, very, very important. Really good AC, really good systems, really good water pressure. Those practical elements are vital. It doesn't matter how good it looks. If the shower's not powerful, if it's not warm enough, or the AC doesn't work, it's game over. So all of those are considered and made to work. And this is a major renovation back to brick. So we had a very good contractor and our team work with us to create the best HVA systems you can get, which is important.
He and his team stepped foot in the apartment that was their goal. And I showed them all of my pictures, my inspiration board on Pinterest. And they said, yes, we know exactly what you're looking for. And a few weeks later, they had a mock-up for us of each of the rooms. And I think both of us went, guys, almost no notes. It was that close to the vision that we had, and even beyond.
I feel like I know now what I didn't know before, and that's to go all in. And we really did. Great. You know, yeah. There were no half measures there. So we just went all in.
We really did.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming around today. I really enjoyed showing you the apartment. It's been a really fun day for me as well, because I'm revisiting what we did working with our lovely client here. So thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you see and you want to hear more about Callender Howarth interior design, check below. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Is this chateau one of France's most beautiful homes? We flew from the UK to find out. I took a flight from London to arrive in Bordeaux, a region of France best known for its wine. A bit of local culture I can definitely get behind. Once I'd landed in France, there was still some distance to our destination.